I can only imagine what it will be like when I walk. I can only imagine.
What do you think it is about coming to camp that makes it so easy to hear from God?
Because there's like 300 other people who are also here to get to know God. And I know everybody's like on their own journey, and being able to just like, even at worship, at some points, just hearing everyone sing louder than the microphones is just the coolest thing, being able to hear them like drown everything out, because it just shows like the like power of God in like the room. And I just think it's super cool.
I feel like I came into camp kind of like full of sin and not really like being honest with myself. I found myself coming to camp thinking it was just gonna be like a bunch of jokes with my friends. And God blessed me with an amazing leader who just helped me through everything. I'm not really the most easy to teach person, but I feel like Luke, my leader, has really helped me and chiseled me down a path that I can't see myself leaving. So
awesome. What if you feel like Jesus has been saying to you this week?
I think he's just been really showing me that my identity needs to be more in him, because for the longest time I've always put my identity in like how well I've done in sports and like the grades that I've gotten and like what people think of me, and those like fail like a lot and they'll always let you down. But when you put your identity in Christ, like that won't fail you, and like he's all you need, and like he's called you by a new name, and like you're like saved in him.
Coming into camp, I had a lot of doubt just about everything, about myself, my friends, my future. And through the quiet time and through me having a lot of interpersonal time with my amazing group of friends that I call brothers, I found out who I was supposed to be. And that's a child of God. And I love that I found him again, and I really strengthened my connection with him at camp.
Awesome.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Don't Just Sit There. We were planning on recording a podcast at camp, like we mentioned in our last episode, but Marshall didn't do it because Marshall was busy.
Not true.
No, we had a lot going on.
Marshall was busy. That's true. That is true.
So was Ryan. Ryan was teaching the youth, and I was just playing games. I had the time.
You're hobbling around.
Have not recovered from that. My lower back is on fire. Nobody cares, but we wanted to revisit camp, and we can't take you to camp, but we can bring camp to you. That didn't make any sense at all.
That's good.
That was good.
That made sense.
So we have some students here who went to camp. Did you guys go to camp? That'd be so awkward if you're like, we didn't go to camp.
That'd be great.
I didn't ask that before. So we have Bia McKillop and Drew Blatz, DP and BK. Oh.
BK. That's not.
What's your BM?
BAM. That's my
wow.
initials.
Wow. Can we tell your full name?
BAM?
Beatrix Ashlyn McKillop.
Beatrix. That's a crazy name.
Look at Bia as like a pro.
Bro, she's like looking at the camera.
Right to the camera.
BEA and TRIX.
BAM
Beatrix.
is solid.
Yeah.
That's really good. Good
BAM.
addition.
Ashlyn?
Ashlyn.
And then Andrew Michael.
Joseph.
Oh.
Andrew.
Joseph
Bloss.
Bloss.
All right.
B. No,
What are
Mike.
your guys' social security numbers? I'm kidding.
I don't
Since
know.
we're-
You don't even know it. They don't even know it.
Since we're giving all this personal
Yeah.
information.
Beatrix and Andrew. Can we call you guys at the rest of the podcast? The rest of the pod?
Sure.
So you guys went
I
to
didn't think, did you get their parents' permission? As I was driving over here, I was like, we probably need to get their parents' permission.
Yes, because
Kelly is okay with this?
Kelly's okay with it. I asked Kelly.
Does she know you're here right
Called
now?
her.
Okay, that's good.
He has an e-bike. He but did not ride that here this morning. Who drove? No, you
right.
drove here.
Yeah, I have a
Jess is
car.
all about it. Andrew's all about not Andrew.
Yeah.
Austin. All right. We are here to talk about camp with you guys. You guys have been to camp a lot. Before we get into camp, give us a little I'm so
There's a
excited.
little biographical information. So
Biographical.
tell us about yourself. So where do you go to school? How long you been coming to Berean?
What are you involved in?
What are you involved in? That's a good question too.
And then I have a question. We're youth ministry, so we have to ask a silly question. If you had to live in one store the rest of your life, what store would you live in?
Live in one store.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, Drew? Or should I?
You can.
Okay.
You go ahead, Bea.
My name is Bea, and I go to Lincoln Southeast High School.
But
and
she like
I'll
locked
be-
into the
She is
A
like
senior
talking
this
straight to
year.
the audience.
Yeah,
Okay.
talk to her.
Okay. Yeah.
She's like, hey, just gets locked in.
I'll be a senior this year, and I'm involved in cross country and track.
Yes. Where do you go to East Spartans?
No, Southeast. Knights.
Southeast.
I think they went to East. Okay.
No.
Go Knights.
Southeast.
Yeah, go Knights.
Isn't the Black
Cross country and track. Okay.
And
Been here your whole life?
yeah,
yeah.
I've been going to Berean my whole life in youth and
Since day one.
day one.
Did your parents meet here or no?
No, they met in college at UNL.
Not UNL, but not through Berean.
Wait, not at UNL. They knew each other before college. They
Before
dated
that.
in high school.
Yeah,
High school sweethearts.
They are, yeah.
Do you know where you're going to go to school yet?
I'm going to go to UNL.
Okay. Nice.
What was your ACT score? I'm just kidding. It probably was like, knowing you probably like a 30.
What was your ACT score?
24.
Okay.
What was yours? You didn't take it, did you?
I did.
What'd you get?
I think like 20, 27, 28. Yeah. All right, Drew, your turn.
Wait, the store
Oh,
question.
sorry. Oh, the store. What
If
do you
had to
mean
be
store?
If you had to be trapped in a store the rest of your life, Target,
And just like had to
Shields.
live off of it.
Yeah, your phone keeps flashing. Can you flip it over for me?
Sorry.
Distracting. Sorry.
I mean,
guys.
I feel like I live in Target because it has everything. It has food.
Target or Super Target?
I don't know what the difference is.
I thought one used
One's
to have,
bigger and has more stuff.
Well, I guess Super Target then. 'cause-
Target used to like Target's like 56th and
Nebraska
down by
Parkway.
Laslo's. Like that smaller one. That's Target.
Oh, then I
The
live in
one off
Super
40
Target.
Yeah, the one off 40th and
Yankee Hill.
Yankee Hill. Yeah. All right, you live there. Okay.
Target. Okay.
My name is Drew Ploss.
Andrew Joseph. AJ.
I go to Moore Middle School. I'll be a 7th grader next year.
What's your mascot? Bulldogs?
Mountain Lions.
Mountain Lions. Yeah.
Mountain Lions. Okay.
That connected to the YMCA.
Yeah.
That's just a crazy concept for me. Yeah.
Yeah. I play basketball and baseball.
Nice.
And I think I came here when I was in kindergarten.
Okay.
And I would probably live in Shields.
What would you do for? Well, they have food at Shields. You
Yeah,
can
they
just
have like a
jerky.
cafe.
They have just jerky
Where would you
all day
sleep?
long.
Jerky and candy. There's probably
The
beds.
camping area.
Yeah.
Oh, those couches, aren't there?
Oh, yeah, 'cause they
there's-
have like
They
a
have
living
there's
room.
a furniture
Yeah,
store.
furniture
It's a
too.
furniture store. Come on, guys. What would you say, Ryan?
Where would I
Can I
eat?
guess
Where
what
would I like what store? It's a weird question, kind of,
but
because you're kind of stuck with places like Target and Walmart and Shields. Like what do I have after that?
does IKEA have food?
No.
Oh, yeah, it does. I would live in IKEA.
What does that for food?
It has a cafeteria.
They have a
It's like
cafeteria.
amazing.
Meatballs. They're known for their meatballs.
You should have just
Costco.
said, if you had unlimited money, where would you go? You should have just said that.
Let's change the whole question. then.
Depressing, wouldn't it?
Why?
Costco, big warehouse.
You have everything in bulk.
In bulk, you do. It's a 5-pound thing of beans.
Yeah, you could eat so many gummy bears.
Yeah.
He doesn't eat sugar though.
I don't know. I don't like the question. I'd go Shields. I'd follow
That's
Drew.
the most Ryan thing ever. Is like I'm trying to have fun as a youth pastor, but like, oh, what store would you live in? Bad question. Stupid
It's a bad question.
Dumb question.
Not practical at all.
No.
I'd go with Drew. I'd go with Drew.
You guys would be roommates?
Because you got like a golf simulator,
Oh yeah.
bowling alley,
Yeah.
Ferris wheel. Just live on that Ferris
Shooting
wheel.
range?
Shooting range.
Well, it's like an animated thing
Yeah.
up at the top.
A candy store.
Like have you had the chocolate covered Swedish fish there? Oh my
Shields
gosh.
goes hard. I mean, it is.
Wow.
It's intense.
That was youth lingo.
Yeah.
Ryan just like trying so
I
hard
heard
to
that
stay
on the Chick
relevant.
and Nick podcast. It goes
Hard.
Yeah.
That's fun. Okay, so then camp. How many years have y'all been to camp? Yeah, you go first. Beatrix, you go first.
I'm trying to think. My first year I was gonna go to camp after my sixth grade year. It was COVID, so I didn't go that year.
Really?
So it
So
was
did
canceled.
Did we not do camp?
Yeah,
that
it was
year?
canceled.
Okay.
So you've gone every 7th grade?
And then I went 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and then this was so I've gone 5
You got
years.
one more
Yeah.
before you're a cabin leader.
Yeah, until
Yeah,
she's
before
cabin
I'm
leader and
cabin
it's the rest of her life.
I
dude.
will be.
She's going nowhere. Her and Sammy. What
Can't get rid of us.
right off like without even going in any depth, what was the best year of camp? Out of you've been to 6, 5.
This year.
Okay, we're gonna dive into that, but a little teaser. Andrew, Joseph.
So this was my first year.
You didn't go last year? Oh wait, you're going to
be
be
a
a 7th grader.
grader.
See, that's misleading.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
I
knowing
know
your
my
students.
students. But your whole family, like Kelly's gone, his mom's a nurse.
Yeah.
Sam is gone, Emily's gone. So like
My grandma.
Your grandma went, the whole family went. What did you like? Were you just dying to go since
Yeah.
Yeah.
just heard of this?
So this is year one. So I mean,
What was the
did
best
it
year?
live up to your expectations?
Yeah.
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 That's part of camp.
Probably worship.
Worship's amazing. Yeah.
What was the favorite rec game you guys did?
Oh,
Drew had one. Go, Drew.
where we did like where you'd go in the bubbles,
Yeah.
like and run into
So
each
the one,
other.
the one I didn't
I,
create. I created every rec game except for that one.
I like
That's
the
all.
soccer
I went.
one.
I went against Sammy.
Which one?
It was like
Yeah, I beat her.
That's right.
it was like soccer, and then we did like ultimate ball.
Yeah.
And then I like that
Our
one.
producer Dan, 3 minutes into the game, got domed by a soccer ball, broke his glasses into his face. First year at camp, he's like, well, "I'll play this game." Bang, done. What was your least favorite part about Ryan's teaching at camp? I'm just kidding.
That's good.
Oh man, so we're just gonna go a little bit. We've talked a lot about camp. No, we haven't. Last episode we talked about how camp is always impactful, like super life changing every year. It seems like you've been there 1 year. You've been there like 1,000. Why do you think it seems to be so like impactful? Like, what are some factors or elements that makes camp so like life changing?
I can go.
Go ahead.
I really like the quiet time because it gives you time to like go into your Bible, like go deep and then like answer the questions, and you have 45 minutes for like 5 questions, and you can think about it for as long as you want. And then Aiden would always say like what you would read next, and I would always go through that and take notes beforehand.
Was that hard for you as a middle schooler to sit down for 45 minutes? Really? Like not at all? No. I feel like middle schoolers were like, that was painful for them to sit for 45 minutes and not do something.
Drew, what do you think does it feel easier to have quiet time at camp than it does back in Lincoln?
No, I
Nice.
usually take 30 minutes a day doing
Just
Just rolling.
no, dude, that was like just natural for me to do every day.
doing questions from the 30-day.
You're
like
following up
after.
with the- yeah,
I
that's-
just finished.
That's done by now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just
'cause-
finished.
We got back literally a month ago.
But people probably don't
Yeah.
know that. So why don't you explain what you all put together? That's helpful.
you explain it.
Yeah. What was it? What were the post camp like? What was the plan to keep it going after camp?
So there was a journal that we had, and every day we would answer questions. So they wanted us to go home and do that. So there was 30 days, and was it a cabin leader that created one?
Those are random people.
Just-
Different leaders, though.
Yeah, just
I didn't do one
leaders.
this year. No.
Leaders created different like questions and verses and like
devotionals.
to
Yeah.
do. And then you answer the questions, and then it had like a prayer guide at the end.
Yeah. That was good.
Fire.
So was that helpful?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It like got me in my Bible way more.
Yeah. Did anything feel different at camp? I mean, you said you liked the quiet time, but
Yeah.
but did anything feel different about getting away from your normal life and just being at camp?
I just like not having my phone and not having to like
Okay.
worry about it.
Okay.
Beatrix.
Hear that?
I agree. Like not having phones and like being away from like school or work or like sports. It just like it clears a lot of things, like knowing like, oh, I could worry about like when I'm going to work next or like how my team is doing or something like that. But then I'm like, me worrying about it isn't going to change it. So, because I'm not going to be able to know because I don't know my phone. So I feel like it helps a lot of like removing from like our everyday life.
Yeah.
What like about not having your phone was so helpful? And like, do you think it was hard for the students there to not have their phones?
I feel like some of them it would be hard, but like just having it was like not having it was nice because like then I came home and like I think I had an hour less of screen time average. Just like I didn't want to be on it.
Yeah. Why? Like, what about like people are on the phones all the time? Did you miss it? Were there moments where you're like, I need my phone?
The only time I really wanted it to see the score to my team's game, but I mean, I didn't really need
You're married
it.
to the game, dude. Sorry. Did you miss basketball games?
No baseball.
Oh, baseball.
There's like 3 of them.
Yeah.
What about you? Like, what about like, what's the draw to the phone and the lack of having that was so relieving?
I feel like because there's so much, you can see so much of what's going on in other people's lives, you kind of miss it when you're at camp. But I've also realized I don't need to see like most of what happens on Instagram or
like,
Snapchat.
yeah,
I'm like, I don't need to know what's happening. So
Like life carried on without you knowing about everything.
So now that you're back, has your usage gone back to what it was before probably?
I deleted Instagram.
You did?
I have it. I have an
Right.
iPad, so I have it on my iPad. So I don't have it with me. I don't have my phone.
You don't carry
like when I
iPad
have my
around?
phone with me, I can't be on it because then, I mean, I feel like I used it as like a time filler if I ever had any extra time, and so I can do other things that are more important.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
talking to someone the other day, like I deleted Instagram, and then no, I'm talking to somebody else who did, and then I saw him on the browser on Instagram, and I was like, well, there's workarounds for that.
Yeah. What's like, because every year we hear this where it's like students are like, I didn't have my phone. It was amazing. And yet at youth, we have people checking their phones. People don't like doing it. There's like, what's the draw for you guys as middle school and high school towards like your phone? So like why do people want their phone with them at all times? Like what's so great about it?
I think like people think if I'm not if someone can't reach me at all times of the day, like I'll become unimportant or like I'll be taken, like I won't become as important to like my friends or like to the people in my school.
Like forgotten almost. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like just communication wise, like I feel like I always want to have it but not be on it just so like I'm like I'm going here so then I don't have to like go home and tell them. It's just nice to have it for communication.
Yeah, for sure.
And like find my friends. We were looking at your location earlier.
You saw me at home.
So like, no, Ryan's on his way. He's almost here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about, so we had the worship you guys mentioned, the teaching. What's so crazy about the worship? Because everyone loves the worship. Like what about that environment makes it so life changing?
I feel like worshiping, like when in general, like I feel closest to God when I'm worshiping. And also like at camp, it's like this, I feel like is what heaven is going to be like.
Yeah,
like it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Like everyone's singing and we're all like young
Locked
people
in.
singing and
Oh,
like,
man. Yeah.
I agree with that. But then I feel like it's just nice because when I go home, like my friends don't like the same music as me. So like it's nice that everybody's listening to the same songs every day and stuff like that. And then you can go home and play the playlist still.
Drew, it was your first time. So what was it like walking into that first worship set where everyone's bouncing? I mean, the students are all into it. And you guys didn't wait. It was immediate on
Hands raised. Jumping up. Yeah.
So have you ever been part of a worship experience like that?
No.
Yeah.
Well, maybe at a concert, but
Yeah.
not like as good as that.
Yeah.
I was kind of nervous going in, but then it was super fun and you just like get the vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for those who weren't there, what was the theme or like the main topic that we talked about that week?
Psalm 23.
Bang.
like
Bang.
following God as our shepherd and like knowing that he'll provide for us no matter what.
Yeah, it was from Ryan's teaching. Was there anything that God kind of did that was impactful for you thinking about Jesus as our shepherd?
One thing is for me was like just knowing that he's always with me and like he's going to provide for me and like I don't need to worry about what is happening in my life because I know God has a plan and he knows what it is.
It showed me that like he's always with me and he will protect me no matter what.
We talked about this last week. I think one of the questions I asked you was like, what should our expectation be as Christians in terms of like encountering God? So it seems like camp is this moment where you really encounter God. Like, sounds like you guys have kind of carried that stuff in, leading social media, reading devos. Like, if students are listening to this and they either didn't do it or they want to do it, like, how do you take what happened at camp and like continue to like build upon it, have it change your life going forward?
I think one thing for me, I've just like when we're worshiping on Sunday mornings, like I've tried to focus on being like, I'm still worshiping the same God that I was worshiping at camp. Like,
that's good.
Just because it's a different environment doesn't mean I should like think about it unless.
Yeah.
I feel like I used to not like big church. So now I go back and like I see that you're preaching and like it's the same thing. So I just really like going to big church now and like having journal.
The same thing, like, because we're preaching out of Psalm 23 right now. Yeah. You're like, I know that stuff.
And like just knowing that it's not much different than camp, like going back. It's just more people.
It is different though. You're right. But I also we can affirm, like when you're in that small room, it's just with your peers. There's something really special about that too, you know.
We need the bleachers because it's like raised. If we get that at this church, actually, we kind of have that.
Even the way we sing, I think about it every time we're singing "Good Plans" right now because it's just different. It's different in big church.
Hits different.
Yeah,
hits different. You'd say.
What do you guys zooming out away from camp? I'm just curious about what it's like. What are the challenges that you face as Christians at Moore and at Lincoln Southeast? I mean, what's it like trying to follow Jesus right now in high school and in middle school?
Right now, I just think it's freeing to be in the summer just because you don't have to be around those other peers that just like, they don't have,
down, dude. No,
they just don't have like the same life as me. Like they don't want to give their life to Jesus. Yeah. So I feel like that brings me down during the school year. But just like right now, I get to choose who I'm around. So I just like that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for my age right now, it's like for people, if I were to talk to someone about Jesus, it's like, oh, that's great for you. And I'm glad that's like where you find your joy. But like, I'm good where I'm at. Like, so I feel like it's a lot of like people like they're open to it, but to an extent of like, I want to keep what I'm doing with my life.
Like, what do you think if we brought in like the average middle school or high school, like what's the biggest hang up in not following Jesus? Like you mentioned, there's friends who just don't care. Like, why? Is it just they don't know about it? They think they know what Christianity is all about, or what's like the lack of interest from?
I think a lot of people think it's like really, I mean, it is life-changing, but life-changing in a way that's like, oh, it's going to be so hard. Like no one's going to like me, or like people are going to judge me.
Like less fun? Do people view it as less fun?
Yeah.
I think that like people feel like they shouldn't do it because it would make them not as cool. And like it, I don't know why they would think that, but that's just how some people think in my grade.
So you guys are both following Jesus you're all in. So the less fun, the less cool route, like how do you guys how have you thought through those things of like, oh, it is cool or it is fun? Like how do you guys make sense of it enough where you're like, okay, I'm all in? Like what have you guys thought through that stuff?
So last year, I mean, I wasn't listening to Christian music as much. And like, as I've seen is like more of like Christian music's in like every genre. There's rap, there's pop, there's country.
Forrest Frank. He learned about Forrest Frank a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Months ago.
I thought I discovered someone new.
Yeah. He texted me, have you heard this guy? I'm like, oh man. Forrest Frank, he's really good.
Yeah. Sorry. Aiden cut you off, Drew.
Looked like, I don't care, Aiden. Back to me.
Yeah, so there's all these different genres that Christian music isn't just one
now
thing.
You can listen to like any type of Christian music you want.
It's a little more attractive than maybe kids hearing like Handel's Messiah isn't super exciting for them.
You talk about that like every single podcast.
He loves to make fun of me that I like Handel's Messiah. Yeah,
you don't like it. You cry to it.
I have. Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Bia, what about you?
I don't remember what the question was.
The question was
so you were saying it's not cool or it's not fun. Your friends think about God. Like, how do you think about it that makes you want to go all in?
I don't think there's anything that could be more fun than like following God and like being with him and like walking through my life, like knowing that he's with me. Like there's just like a peace that I have that I know is from God, and nothing the world will ever give me will satisfy that.
Do you think your friends or just peers of yours, would they say like I'm good, I don't need anything? Like, would they say my life's totally satisfying, or would they say, no, there are things I want, I just don't think Jesus is the answer to what I want?
I'd say that is pretty accurate for my age.
So they acknowledge there's things that they need, like their life isn't necessarily what they want it to be.
Yeah.
But they aren't convinced that Jesus would be the solution. That's interesting.
How do you like in the Psalm, the darkest valleys brought up? We're going over that this week.
Yeah.
Are you doing that sermon? So whenever this comes out, Ryan will have preached on that. Like, what role, like, how do you think going through the darkest valleys has played in your guys' life, or just even like Christian, especially youth students' lives, of like drawing them closer to God and walking with God? Does that make sense at all? Yeah. Okay.
I think like any time, like the times that I've had in my life where I've felt like have been harder for me, like I've grown closer to God to like in those times. Like when I'm more, I feel like when I'm more anxious or more like nervous or like in general, just like not feeling as like happy or joyful, like I can use those times to grow closer to God and like go through like turning to God instead of turning to things of the world, and like because he's what is going to help get me through it.
Yeah, that's good.
I feel like I used to panic when I was in those situations, but now I know that like if I go through another hard time, you just have to pray and give your time.
That's good. What, like, because this podcast is all about not just sitting there. What was your question about that?
I was saying that it used to be in youth that we'd say they want to help their students take their next step with Jesus. So it's just taking an active step. And so I was just saying, hey, in the spirit of not just sitting there, is there a step you've taken after camp? We've kind of talked about that quite a bit already, but doesn't sound like there's been a whole lot of change. Well, deleting Instagram was a big change. That was a change pre-camp to post-camp. I'm just curious if there's anything else that you feel like came out of camp where you're like, all right, this is kind of a moment where I'm going to say, okay, this is going to be different. And now moving forward, I'm going to pursue God differently, or I'm going to do this in order to kind of present myself to him more regularly. That was the question. Is there anything like that? Or is it more just kind of like, it just kind of was like more of it gave you momentum and it gave you energy to keep following after him the way you were before camp, which is great too, you know?
Yeah, I thought camp just gave me like momentum to like keep doing the same things at home. Like even though it's not the same environment, I just felt like just keep doing it and like my life will change even more.
Yeah.
I think like I've tried to spend more time like in God's presence and like not like I read my Bible every day before, but like it was like, oh, I got to finish my devotional before I go to school. Like actually like spending time. Like I want to be intentional, like not just like getting through it, but like intentionally sitting there with it.
Do you both have are your youth group friends? Do you have quite a few church friends? Is that kind of who you you spend a lot of time with, you run with, that kind of thing? Yeah.
I have a few.
You're just getting started though.
Just getting started, dude.
I was just thinking about how, so I worked at a camp for 7 summers, went to camp as a kid, actually finished camp twice out of the 4 times I went. The other 2 times I came home homesick, but I would make all these commitments at camp, and usually, man, it took like 10 days for those things to just kind of fall away. And I do wonder whether the way that we do camp is helpful because it's all people you're worshiping with on Sunday or on Wednesday night. It's your crew. Whereas I'd go to a camp and I knew like one person. And so, I don't see most of the people again, or it's the one person, but there's not enough like critical mass. You don't feel like you're part of something. But if everyone from camp can bring home those experiences and those memories together, there is something really powerful about that.
Right. Which some of those people are going to see this podcast and be like, oh, I remember Bia from camp or Drew from camp. What would you tell the student who went to camp, or even just a student your age who was like, quiet times are hard. I struggle with that. Like, how would you encourage them to keep doing quiet times? And also, what do quiet times look like for you guys? Because we talked a little bit about like how to get in the word, and we can make it such a structured thing, but it can look different for every single person. So how, for someone who's walking like, okay, I want to get back in, like I had this cool moment at camp and I haven't really been able to like keep that going. What would you tell them?
I think for me, like if you're trying to like do something else to like connect with God, like I do my quiet time like outdoors or like go to Holmes Lake or something. Like
when you run, we talked about before the recording, you run a lot. Is that like, is there anything with like God there?
When I run and listen to music, like I will listen to worship music or like I like to pray when I'm running, like if I'm by myself or like it's just like you got a lot of time to think about things. So
that's kind of what I'm getting at too, is like sometimes we view, and there's room for this quiet times being a very structured time, but there's a freedom in acknowledging, I can experience God and engage with him while I'm running or while I'm riding my e-bike or balling or hitting home runs. I can talk to God while I'm rounding the bases. That wasn't funny at all.
Drew's not tracking with you.
Funny at all. Drew just goes,
I feel like Drew and I get each other a little bit in terms of the way we find your humor to be not that funny.
Yeah, that's hurtful, but keep going. Yeah.
So I usually during my quiet time, I either like go where nobody is or just like find some place in my house.
Sounds like you. That's little Ryan. Just get away from everybody.
That's right.
Just so there's no distractions. And then I either pull out my Bible or I pull out the Bible app on my phone and then just like sit down there and just answer the questions to the best of like what I can do.
Yeah. I got, do you have a follow up on that?
No.
I was going to ask a totally different question.
Same.
You do yours.
What do you wish adults like Ryan or I or Marshall, what do you wish that we taught the youth or you guys or would like teach you in and help you guys with that we're not right now?
That was almost the question I was going to ask. That was very similar to the question I was going to ask. Aiden?
How are you going to phrase it?
You know, we don't know. I don't know the demographic of who listens to this podcast, but for sure, it's not just youth. They're adults. And so my question was like, what do you wish adults in the church understood about youth, or even what do you need from them? Like when you think about what church can be, what are you hoping they are pursuing in order to help church be all that you want it to be? But answer Aiden's first.
Wasn't that similar to the question?
No, it's very similar. You're talking specifically about what do you want someone like Aiden to teach on,
or even your parents,
that's helpful.
Like,
yeah.
How do we help you walk with Jesus? How do we help you experience significant transformation through the power of Jesus Christ? Insert trademark Lincoln Berean slogan.
Lincoln Berean Youth.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to think on that for a second.
Like you go to church a Sunday. What do you want Ryan to say to you? Because you guys are apparently the same person. What do you need from Ryan?
I haven't written the sermon yet, Drew. So
this is literally going to be based off.
Yeah.
He's
I don't really know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Kind of a bad question.
Great question. Next one. There's so much build up for them being like, couldn't tell you. No idea.
I just feel like
the people like not watching the video just
Marshall's going to cut all this.
You always say that. He never does. Marshall's like, this is good. This is good.
Marshall's going to put time into this.
Yeah.
Drew, you were going to say something. You were trying to help us out.
I feel like adults, like the sermon and like all that, I feel like it goes mostly towards the adults. And like, I feel like it could go more towards like the kids.
What would be different if it were going towards kids more?
I feel like the kids might understand it more like take it in.
What's something that can you think of an example of something that Brian could say, or I could say, or whoever's preaching could say that would maybe not be so geared to adults?
I know, like it was like 3 weeks ago, or maybe it was before camp, but there was like a week when there was no kids ministry. And then like in the sermon, they talked about, it was like maybe loving your neighbor or something like that. But it was like talking about loving the people around you. It's like, oh, kids, you could share your toys, or like you could share, like it like gave examples for kids and teenagers and like, Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also
Yeah.
like the people on worship. I like when the youth ministry, like Caleb went out there and like all of them. I liked when that happened. I feel like we should do that more often.
More youth representation.
Yeah.
Let Drew preach every once in a while. Right?
No.
I wish we sang the songs from camp in
Yeah.
Big Church more.
Did a few
We
of them.
sung
Good
like
plans.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And that's it. Yeah.
That's probably it.
Yeah.
We should do I Thank God.
Yeah.
We did do I Thank God once.
We have not.
No, we don't
don't
praise. I always get those confused. Yeah.
Drew, you got one sermon to preach. What's it going to be on?
I don't know. That would take a lot of time to think about.
A lot of time. Ryan is on top of this right now.
Yeah. My question is more like as you look up to the adults that are ahead of you, down the line, they're older than you. What are things that they could do or they could think about that would be helpful for you in your faith or would be encouraging for you to see them being all about? So if you saw the adults, man, they're all about this, they're passionate about this, that would be an encouragement to you and an encouragement to your following of Jesus.
I just feel like during worship they could get like more into it.
I agree.
Because like
Pretty stoic.
my mom, she was helping with youth group like when she didn't have to work, and she was like, I like worship a lot more like at youth, just because like everybody's jumping, everybody's like doing
Adults start jumping.
Yeah, it's a little, people get into it.
I feel like the kind of music that they do at youth is kind of conducive to that in a way that the stuff that we typically do in main service isn't, though, where it's not necessarily that we're doing really chilled out hymns like I grew up doing and stuff like that, but it's not like the kind of, like the camp stuff is really energetic, and it's definitely not an all the time thing, but if there was more of that, like, I don't know, it creates a different vibe.
Have you ever raised your hands during worship in your life?
I don't know.
Ryan has never gotten above like chest level with his hands. Yeah.
I don't know. I do think, though, I agree with you, Marshall, but I also would say that if you put the same songs into a Wednesday night, I bet the youth would take it and they'd make it energetic and they'd find ways for it to be, it'd be a little more, maybe there'd be more, it'd just be greater engagement, maybe.
Yeah.
Why do you think adults aren't perceived as more as engaged with worship?
Like, I feel like just coming back from camp, like I was like looking around my section and everyone's just standing there with their arms by their sides and just singing.
You're like,
and I'm
come on, everybody.
like, you're worshiping your God, guys. Let's raise our hands and like, I don't know, not necessarily like just be more like energetic about it, like, but being engaged and like singing like as you're worshiping your God. Like,
I take that a little personally.
Yeah. Everything you're describing is Ryan. They don't really get into it. They don't really sing. I don't know if
I'd say even like there are times where I'm like, I don't know that people are singing, and I think it's. I've talked to guys who are like, I don't sing because I don't feel like my voice is good, and so I don't want to sing. But it does feel like a lot of that at camp is like out the door. No one cares.
Yeah,
right?
there's some tone deaf people at camp, but they could.
Yeah, they don't care. Because I think I said once when I was preaching, there's few things more moving to me when I'm worshiping than when I hear someone who doesn't know how to sing singing loud, because it just means to me that like they clearly aren't trying to impress me with their singing. They're not trying to impress the people they're standing next to. Like, they're just into it. They're engaged. So even if their hands are at their side, okay, people can have their hands at their side. They are like belting it out. Like, they really are singing it. And that engagement is always moving to me,
Okay, different subject. And then I have a fun question for you guys. First one though, what is the biggest, Ryan's asked this kind of, but what's the biggest challenge facing youth Christians? So not, I mean, maybe as a whole, but like more like you guys specifically and just Christians in general at your age. What's hard? Nice, BS. She hit the table. That's so embarrassing.
Ryan just did it too.
Oh, have I hit it yet?
I'm just setting my cup.
Well, do it gentler. Probably. I can go back and count.
Gentler.
Do it gentler. You should do a count of like.
Biggest challenge facing youth in
Christians.
2025.
As Christians. Or
As Christians. As Christians.
I think going between the like pole of like Mike Southeast, there are very few like Christians. Like, I pretty much have.
Wait. At Southeast. I heard when we go more southeast, I'm like, directionally, like
not many Christians.
Nevada?
So you feel like you're kind of out there. Like you're
you're
kind of
there's
alone.
not much like, I can turn to my friends at school that are like it's a very big separation between like my friends who I'm like at church with, who I'm like really close with, and like the people at school who are like I don't necessarily have that in common with.
Yeah.
So like staying true with my faith at school, like when there's not necessarily people around to like encourage
not
me.
everyone's doing it. Yeah.
I feel like kids in my grade, they just want to say that they're Christians just so like people believe it. But then they're not like into it. Like they don't go to church every week. They're not like, they're listening to bad music. They're with bad, like, not like bad, but like people that don't.
Like not the best influences.
Yeah, not the best influences.
Yeah.
When you were in high school, did you have a pretty solid group of Christian friends around you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a good youth group that we went to a church in Lincoln, and we had like a squad. We did like Friday morning prayer walks, walking around the school praying for it.
For real.
Next level.
I had nothing like that. Like it was much more like Southeast.
You had that growing up, and then you moved, right?
We moved to Missouri. Everyone claimed to be Christians. So everyone was like, yeah, I'm a Christian. But I would say in hindsight, man, I'm not sure there was a single completely committed Christian that I was connected to in high school.
Did that impact you? Did you see that?
Yeah. Yeah. The encouragement I was going to give to you is like, it was incredibly challenging and it could be lonely, but that I would say that very much prepared me for like college and for just the challenge of being a little isolated and following after Jesus, even though people around you are not doing it, you know, and just being committed. Like you think about how we are outsiders. Peter says we're aliens and strangers, and it's easy to say that, but then if you're surrounded by 500 other Christians, it's hard to feel that. But if you're like, man, I don't know that anyone has the same value system. I don't know that anyone is following the same Savior that I am. That verse hits home. You know, it's like I'm an outsider here.
It's kind of real world. Yeah.
And God can really, when He meets you in that moment, that can be an incredibly strengthening thing for your faith. You know, even though it's very lonely and isolating. You know. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna team up on Ryan together. Okay, we're gonna attack him in 3. Just kidding. If you were to ask Ryan any question, I'm not part of this.
Ask us any question. Aiden
question.
included.
I'm talking.
You could look at Aiden and be like, why are you the way that you are?
Who gives you the right? No.
Who do you think you are? What gives you the right?
Who do you think you are?
Yeah.
What would you ask Ryan? Just Ryan, any question.
Doesn't have to be Ryan.
But mostly, it can be anything. And if it's really bad, we'll edit it out. Just kidding. One take. One take, no edits.
Big trust.
Big trust.
Big trust.
Ryan said I couldn't say it on the
dropped
podcast, but Bia said it, so now I'm fine.
Doesn't have to be aimed at Ryan. I feel like there's more pressure if you say it's aimed at Ryan. So,
okay.
Questions. If we were doing a Q&A right now, what questions would you
cues
send
would be
in?
thrown at us?
What do you guys think is the biggest problem, or not problem, like thing facing teenagers who are Christians, like from an adult perspective?
I think it's that a lot of them aren't surrounded by other Christians in their high schools like Lincoln Southeast. And so I'm kidding. That's what you just said.
Someone once told me that. I do think it's the culture of, I don't want to be like, oh, culture's all bad. But like, I think seeing how impactful it was for you guys not to have your phones at camp, and like everyone loved it, and then yet you come home and like everyone's lives are on their phone. It's not your fault. It's like that's how everyone is. Like that's how you stay connected. So I think things like phones. I think it's all about. I mean, it seems like our culture is pretty individualistic, so it's not about community. It's kind of just do your own thing, and that doing what you do matters. That's kind of the most important thing. Authenticity is like discouraged. You can't be really open with certain things. So I just think it's the idea of walking. I was saying this a couple podcasts ago. It's like the idea that, no, I was saying it on something else. One of my other podcasts I'm on.
Yeah.
My reality TV show.
Got a lot of pods.
If I had a reality TV show, no one would watch it.
What would it be called?
I'd watch a reality TV show. It's just you following Aiden.
I would be thrown.
Be interesting, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
Aiden Pauley, American Disaster.
Yeah. That
there
came
you go.
too fast to your head. Thank you. This morning, this is a reality TV show. This morning, my dad was on my roof watering the roof with a hose because we have a leak in our garage, and he was trying to figure out if it was going through the vent. So he was just watering.
What a dad.
That's my life. He's a landlord.
Amazing. Yeah.
I don't know. I was going with that. I'm not going to try to recover it. Next question.
No.
Oh yeah, you probably should.
They
answer
asked
it.
you, and then you answered, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to answer, Ryan?
I'm just trying to think about it.
You have a middle schooler. You have a youth. You have a high schooler. You have a middle schooler and a high school. What are you facing? What are they?
There's no question, like the challenge to be accepted, to feel like you're part of the group. Even what you guys said, I thought that was really interesting. What you said about the phones being like your work. I don't know. Maybe you said it. Like maybe like what if they forget about you? What if people forget about you if you're not engaged? I just had never thought about that. But that's pretty deep and a pretty deep fear. And that would make you be addicted to your phone. Like no one wants to be forgotten and left behind.
That's a terrible feeling. Yeah.
I think, I don't know if it's the biggest one, but I think a challenge for Christian kids, let's say this, because that's my context and that's my kids' context. I think for Christian kids, it's always challenging. Sometimes it seems like you start to think, okay, I know everything there is to know about Jesus and about the Bible. And you get a little complacent and you start to feel like, all right, I got it down. I know it. People say like, believe in Jesus, follow Jesus. You're like, yeah, I got that. I got it. And I think that's a challenge because I think it's really easy to become complacent or stagnant in our faith. And I think a challenge is to continue to say, I'm just going to keep striving to learn who Jesus is more and more, you know? So particular to Christian youth, I think it's a challenge to keep thinking I've never mastered all this stuff. I got to keep pursuing and keep chasing after him, you know? So
I want to end.
Good question.
I want to end with a fun question. Marshawn,
I didn't get to ask.
Fine, Drew.
I don't think we don't need to be
We got. I mean,
Ryan could sit here for every time I say that. Ryan,
Aiden always wants to finish the podcast. Like, we got to get out of here.
Ryan's like,
We got to get out of here.
This doesn't even feel like work. I could be here for hours.
Aiden's like, I'm out of ideas. There's no more value here.
Yeah, like I am bored.
Yeah, we're like 48
Drew, I'm
minutes
not
in.
bored. I can't wait to hear your question.
LeBron or Michael? Like he just goes something silly.
What made you like give your life to Jesus, and like how old are you?
That's a question.
There you go.
Good one, Drew.
What made me want to give my life to Jesus? Dude, my testimony is like being fully 100. Got that. Being fully 100. Being fully 100. My testimony is probably similar to yours a little bit, but it's confusing
And
for
probably both of yours.
You don't know that?
I said probably.
That was funny. Isn't Ryan so funny, guys? Isn't he the funniest pastor we've ever had? I gave my life when I was young, 4. I was 4 years old. And I remembering at the time understanding God is real and Jesus loves me. And to save me from sin, I think I understood that. I think I remember that. It was more to just be like, Jesus offered me a gift or something like that. But it was mostly because my parents were, and I remember them that they threw like a party after, and I'm like, that was awesome. I just prayed a prayer, and now I'm getting a free cake. But like the one thing I've wrestled with for a while, I think I've kind of settled on it more of like, okay, was I actually saved then, or like was I actually walking with Jesus then? Because then there were some significant moments in my life. I think in college, I shared this before, where it was like, there's nothing else out there. You were saying it's like it's the best way to live, and I was kind of like, no, it's Jesus plus other stuff. And I think coming to a spot of realizing every other thing that I'm trying to like add to Jesus is letting me down. Jesus is being pretty consistent. Why not just kind of let go of those other things and go after him? So it's more just like it was a thing that made the most. It was like everything else I'm going after just isn't working for me. That was the question, yeah.
What was the question again, Drew?
What made you give your life to Jesus, and how old are you?
So 4 technically.
Yeah, I was 4 too.
Nice.
Vacation Bible School, which is like, I know it wasn't Vacation Bible School. This year we did something they called a backyard Bible club. It was like VBS in people's backyards.
I did that. Sorry. I'm just validating your experience.
So I don't know. Maybe I assume it's a little bit like both of you because you grew up in Christian families, but it was just kind of like what we did. And so there definitely came a point where, and I think you would say you have this experience too, where you had to make it your own. And so I started walking with Jesus because like everyone I loved did. And they loved Jesus. And because they loved Jesus, I wanted to love Jesus too. And so I think you were about to say, were you saying it was a little like a boring testimony? A little bit. Sometimes you used to say, at camp, we used to do like testimony time. And the most dramatic testimony was the one that you're like, man, that'd be awesome to have that one. And mine's kind of boring. You feel that a little bit? No, I thought you nodded. Drew, I keep looking for feedback from Drew, and Drew's like, I'm not giving you guys anything. Yeah.
I don't know, Ryan.
Can you affirm me for a second? Because Drew, I thought Drew affirmed me. And
I understand.
I see you, Ryan.
So
Drew's like, I don't. Okay.
The thing that's interesting now that I'm a parent and you're about to be a parent is I desperately want my kids to have a pretty boring testimony.
That's true. Yeah, you don't want the
No, I mean the dramatic stuff where it's like, man, I was in jail. You know, all the God saves people in those moments, but I desperately hope my kids don't have that. And so you still have to come to a point though where you're like, man, I'm committed. I'm all in. You used that phrase earlier. For me, I went through, I'd say through middle school for sure. I was really anxious and I was a big worrier. And I had a lot of fear. So, I really had to pursue Jesus in that area of my life. And, so it becomes interesting because I'm like, I wish I didn't have that fear or that anxiety? There'd be a part of me that'd be like, yes, but then there's a whole different part of me that's like, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to lose what I've experienced with God because that forced me to pursue him in a really serious way because that was such an issue for me. So
kind of like what you were saying, Bia, where it was like moments of desperation.
Yeah.
It's like, brings you closer to God. Yeah.
But I think through high school, there was this conviction that and I think we try to impress this upon everybody all the time, but that it's not just that Jesus's way is right. It is right. But it also is that it's the best way. It's the way that leads to flourishing, and it's the way that leads to life that is truly life. And I camp, we talked about John 10, life and life to the full. Like it's this full life is what Jesus offers. And so through high school, it was always kind of going to him and asking like, okay, I'm not doing things everyone else is doing. I believe your way is the best. Can you show me that it actually isn't just that it's the right thing to do, but it's also the joyful thing to do. It's also the life that leads to more life, an abundant life, and that kind of thing. So
like you would say a lot, it seems like a moment where it clicks is when you start to realize, what do you say the phrase is? Sin. We think sin is preferable, but it's actually folly.
Yeah. I say, we think we approach sin sometimes as preferable, but forbidden, right? Like we're not allowed to do it, but that actually be the best. But that's actually not what sin is. Sin is folly. Sin is stupid. It leads to pain. It leads to destruction. It leads to death, physical death, spiritual death, but it also leads to like death of friendships and death. Like you think about something like gossip, and you think about how damaging that is to friendships, And so it actually is a horrible way to live. And so when Jesus says do something, he's not just trying to forbid us from having the fun time that sin would be. He's actually protecting us and showing us a better way. This is a better way to live, So
But that'd be so big for you students to hear that too, where it's like, I wonder, especially growing up in, this is a Christian, pretty, not Bible Belt, but kind of, where it's like there's churches everywhere and they kind of think just a set of religion, the set of rules you have to follow, not because you want to, but you have to, but to be like you're saying, dude, it's the biggest adventure, the best way to live ever. Yeah.
I'm reading through like 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John right now in a Bible study. And last night we talked about like how his way is not burdensome. And it was like talked a lot about like it seems like to the world and like to us, like sometimes it's
Yeah.
hard to like follow what he wants us to do, but like it's the way that like following his way is the easy yoke.
Yeah, like we're made to do that. We're designed. Yeah.
There were times in college for sure though where I'd go to him with that phrase and I'd be like, I know you say this. For some reason right now it feels burdensome to me. So help me get that straight in my head. Like, what am I misunderstanding about your ways? Because there are times where we hear about his ways. We're like, man, that sounds so hard. So it's like, Lord, help me understand how your way is actually good, how your way is actually not burdensome, even though right now it feels that way a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good question, Drew.
Drew, what do you think about life, Drew? You happy? No. Okay. The best part was like, Ryan's like, right, Drew? And Drew's like,
no.
I'm
Not tracking at all.
not tracking.
Other questions? Hardest question you could possibly think of.
Where do dinosaurs?
Stump Aiden. Ask him a question so hard that he's like, I
Do it.
I don't know.
Don't be hard.
What happened to Amelia Earhart?
Oh.
That's the first question I'm asking God when I get to heaven.
You'd be like, what happened to Amelia? What happened to my girl Amelia?
Would it really be that? Would
I
be
think
your-
it would be.
No, it wouldn't.
No, dude.
I've always wondered.
Really?
Like when I was in
What a
like
weird-
fourth grade.
What's with the fascination with Amelia
I just
Earhart?
Trying to be a
always-
pilot or something?
No, I just have always just wanted to know.
Huh.
Like
What a weird thing.
Of all the things you could want to know,
Yeah.
you'd want to know what happened.
I
What
mean,
like
I could think
like-
of another question, but like
and God's like here. He's like this. There was a fuel line that disconnected.
I'd be like, thank
That's
you,
what-
God.
Really?
I've been waiting for this.
Relieved.
You're like,
Relieved.
you think she's up there?
I don't know.
right.
I don't think.
Do you
she
know
is.
anything else about her life other than the fact that she crashed?
Oh, like when I did like a whole research project on
That's
her
awesome.
when I was
That's
younger.
cool.
She married?
so- Yes, but she did not like him.
Oh, man.
She like
Amelia.
wouldn't wear a wedding dress to their wedding, and she's like, "I'm wearing a suit. You can't make me wear white." Like, she had
Wow.
all this stuff.
Amelia.
Anyone that's like, I'm gonna fly around the world, like they got some edge to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do what they want. Drew, what would you ask God?
I don't really know. I feel like there's a bunch of things that you could ask.
It's true, but what would you ask?
Where Jimmy Hoffa is buried.
That's what I was going to say. I was literally thinking
Jimmy Hoffa? Who's that?
He's
union leader.
long story. Jimmy Hoffa was like a union boss that was killed.
Probably.
I was just going allegedly. I was just going along with the Amelia Earhart question. I was trying to think. It was Bigfoot. Is Bigfoot real?
I don't know. It might like be like asking if somebody's there, like because I don't feel like they're just like right there when you get into heaven. So I would just like maybe ask if one of a family members or somebody's up there.
You don't think that like when you get to heaven, your loved ones will be greeting you?
I would
Oh, that'd
guess
be
they would
awesome.
be.
I
But
think they.
like,
I think
I
they
don't
will.
know if that's like how it works because I don't like.
You
Really,
never been there.
You know what's interesting though is that like they've done studies of near-death experiences. People who are right on the edge of death. Near death is what we call those. And there have been times where believers have said, I began to see all of my closest friends and family. And so now you know, those are just anecdotes, but it still seems like God is the kind of God that would want us to be welcomed like that. You know?
That's gonna be crazy. You know, Steve Jobs' last words were, "Oh wow, oh wow,
He's
oh
dead?
wow." Yeah, bro.
It's a long
Cut that.
time.
For BS sake, cut that.
Yeah.
He took my man Steve Jobs. How long has he been gone?
Is Wozniak okay?
Who?
Has anybody heard from Steve Wozniak?
Who's that?
He's the guy who, oh my gosh.
I know who that is.
So Drew, you want to know? You want to know? You're curious who all that I've been connected to is here.
Yes, but if that is true, like if they're all greeting you,
Yeah.
it would probably be like a question that I have going through my life, like something that I'm confused about from the Bible. Like
Can you think of one?
I've always thought like right here, like right now, if we go up to heaven, is that just like another life and then we go up to another heaven? Like, is there something like that? Or do we just always stay up there?
It's a good question.
Oh, will the new heaven and the new earth have oceans? I really want to know
And if
that.
it doesn't, do you not go?
No, obviously, I'm still going to go. But like Revelation talks about how there's not going to be like seas or something. I just want to go swim in the ocean in heaven. I think that'd be fun. Like,
I'm gonna boldly say yes. There will be oceans.
wow, that's great. That makes me happy.
And he's like, Bia just said.
Can't say that anymore.
New heavens and new earth. So, what's that about?
Well, I think right now there's like, I don't know if this is all wrong. Just kind of preface with that, but there's like the heaven that's now that's like with God, but it's still like not like the heaven, but like then after like
It's not
Jesus
not like
comes
the final
back,
destination. It's not.
There will be like
It's here. It's new heavens, new earth.
Yeah.
With bodies. Our bodies will get resurrected.
Think we'll do podcasts in heaven?
No.
Not this heaven.
No, I don't think
Not
so.
this heaven.
I don't think so.
Not this
It's a good
podcast.
question, though. It's a good question. It is interesting that like God created the world and He called it all good. Why wouldn't the new heavens and the new earth include things that He has already called good and defined as good? There are people that think when He talks about there will be no sea, the sea was a representation of like evil and chaos. And so when He says there will be no sea, it means like not that there won't be water, there will be streams of living water, right? Flowing out from the New Jerusalem, but it's like there won't be evil. There won't be chaos. There won't be these things that could terrify us now. All of that will be gone, Okay, your question.
I have two. One of them. All right. Sorry.
Thank you, Drew.
Sorry, Drew. Mine would be, and this again, and maybe when I die, it had happened before, but it's like, I feel like we talked about this a little bit of like, what do we expect from encountering Jesus? If He's a living person, God's a living God, what should we expect as we engage with Him? Something along the lines of like, why wouldn't He just like give me an experience with Him that would be so mind boggling? Because you hear of some and you're like, why can't I have one of those? And I might by the time I go to heaven. But if I don't, I'd be like, dude, why don't you like throw down some firebolt or something? You don't need to wait. Go ahead.
Mine might be like I might cheat a little bit.
Cheat?
Yeah, on the question.
Allowed, Drew?
You can tell me if it was an allowable cheat. Okay. Like, could you replay on the big screen the creation of the world, or is there something that I could see? I really want to see certain things. I want to see the Red Sea part. Like, I know that's in the past. I think my question would be like, could you like transport me into that moment for a second? I just want to see what it was like. I think that'd be.
Yeah.
Is that allowable?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Or like, could I go back to the 2016 finals, Game 7 when Curry got?
You could.
Harry hit that shot over Curry.
If that'd be your moment.
That was pretty heavenly.
You could step into one biblical moment. What would it be? You get to experience one thing that happened in the Bible. You get to see it firsthand. What would it be?
Lazarus, raised from the dead.
That'd be yours?
One of them.
Watching Lazarus come out of the tomb. Do you remember how it says, I think in the King James it says, He stinketh.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd plug my nose, but I would be there.
I would be with Mary Magdalene when they went to like, I don't even know what it like process Jesus' body, not process.
Yeah.
Like Jesus' body. And, like,
to treat
and then
it. And
they discovered that He was like resurrected, and then they like went and told the disciples.
yeah.
That's what Ryan said last time. Yeah.
It is?
You said the resurrection.
You said you wanted to be in the tomb because you wanted to see how that would happen.
I forget that we've asked this question before. This is like, I always come back to the same questions. Hey, here's an interesting question.
You ever thought about this?
We've done it like 6 times.
Here's a totally original thought.
Yeah.
Drew.
All right, Drew.
I just feel like I would want to be there, like with, like on the last day that He was alive, just be there with His life and just like experience a day with Him.
Golly, that Drew is just
deep. Yeah.
Before His resurrection.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when He's going to the cross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan. This is a new question for you. What would you say?
It's a new question for me.
You never thought of this one before. Can't include Jesus.
I won't go with the resurrection since apparently I've asked this question and answered it before.
He's thinking. For those who are not watching the video, Ryan's thinking about his answer right now.
Uh,
Still thinking.
I don't know. That's a hard question.
You asked it.
Hey, Marshall, it's a really good
What's up?
question. Whoever
What's
asked
up?
this question, it's a really good question.
Thanks. I think I came up with that question.
He wants a. Is that what?
I affirm you.
So it can't be from Jesus' life. We'll go Old Testament moment.
Okay.
Okay. I'd probably go with. I think it'd probably be the crossing of the Red Sea. You know what? Actually, I want to be up with Moses on the top of Mount Sinai when God passes by, but he kind of hides Moses so that Moses won't get like consumed. I'd want to be up there.
Drew, what do you think about that?
What do I have to get?
I don't know. I feel like we can't make you happy. It's fun. Well, thanks for coming on.
One more
guys.
question.
Okay.
One more question. One more question. So we talked about post camp. We just finished. You finished the devotional. We're post 30 days now. So now we're into July. School's going to start in August. What's one thing that you're hoping, in terms of a habit, you're hoping you can kind of carry into the school year that will help you walk through it well with Jesus?
Good question, Ryan.
I feel like I really hope that I just keep doing the quiet time every day for like 30 minutes and just giving my life.
Yeah. Do you have a plan you're doing, Drew? Do you follow a plan?
Well, I was doing a devotional, but I finished it.
So now you just kind of read different
Yeah.
parts of scripture? Yeah. Okay.
I agree.
Beatrix?
Like keeping up, like spending more time in the Word, and then also like not re-downloading Instagram on my phone because
Yeah.
I feel like
Don't
it's
do
gonna
it.
be harder.
Don't
like
do it.
at school when it's like, oh, class is done, but we still have to wait for the bell ring, and then no
Yeah.
one's talking to anyone.
Yeah,
Everyone's
dude.
just sitting on their phones.
Yeah,
So, like,
that's the new thing where it's like I would love to walk in when I'm in high school. That wasn't really a thing. A little bit, but to have like when you see kids walk around just like this,
Everyone's on their
It's
phone.
awful.
See a
It's awful.
classroom. It's like I thought they were doing.
How would it have gone over if we were like, last day of camp, we're all going to commit to deleting every social media app off our phone, and we're going to do it together?
I already did that.
Drew's like, all
Of course
right.
it did. Drew's like,
It's not.
boring.
Yeah.
What about you, Bia? Would you be like, all right, would you rally your friends together and be like, let's do it? Let's do it
I
together.
think so. Because
Do your friends have Instagram?
like my best friend, she has it on like her computer. So like
Who's your best friend?
Yeah, Sammy. his sister.
Nice.
And then, but I feel like a lot of people still have like they have it on their phones.
Yeah.
But
We should have Ryan do our screen time, and he has the code to every youth student that went to camp, so he literally doesn't allow anybody on.
No. I just am curious because it does feel like it's hard to do it alone.
Oh yeah,
It's hard to commit to that alone. But if it's the same
my
thing. Like
sister deleted it also.
it's the same
So
thing. Like
we're-
at
Literally,
Southeast. At Southeast, you feel alone. But if you come back and with all those friends that you had at camp, you were like, hey, let's really commit to this together. That'd be easier.
Yeah.
It's hard when you feel like you're doing it all isolated by yourself.
right. Which I wonder at youth. At youth, it's like we have 200, 300, like 400 kids every week, or 350. And I think only like 50 turn their phones in. Be honest. Bia does not
I've
turn-
forgotten it. Like I've left the church and then been like, oh, I've got to go back and get
Oh,
my
you
phone.
do have turned it in?
Yeah, in the past I have.
So now
I
you don't.
Now I don't because I just keep it away because I'm like I'm
Do you
just gonna
turn the
forget
phone
it.
in?
There was like
No. Yes or no?
3 weeks.
Yes or no, Andrew?
Now I do.
Now he does. Yeah. Now that we have no youth, now
There
he
was
turns
like
it in.
3 weeks in a row that I just didn't. Because
Well, it's like I wonder if we'll see an increase. It's like 40 phones get turned out of those 350. So I wonder if like every year we'll see more or less. You're
I doubt
pretty
it.
pessimistic.
doubt it.
I believe in our youth. I believe.
One time there was like 120 phones turned in.
Yeah, come on, Aiden.
All right, you close. Take us home. You guys want to close for us? Something kind of fun.
But doing what?
What do we say?
Do the
Big trust.
There you
Come to
go.
church.
Yeah.
You're trying.
talk to the camera and say thanks for listening, and then say you can listen on Spotify. Just go. Have you listened to our podcast before?
Yeah.
All right,
Just on
go.
Spotify.
Just on Spotify. We're
Yeah.
okay. Go.
You can watch on Spotify.
Go.
Watch the podcast.
No,
also
say
listen
goodbye.
to it. Oh no, I'm doing my intro to the outro.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Someone's done a middle school podcast before.
Yeah, I sure have. All right. You can find our podcast on Spotify, probably Apple Podcasts,
YouTube.
YouTube.
SoundCloud.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Not SoundCloud.
Follow us on
MySpace.
Instagram.
No, not on Instagram. No, but
Do we have
Facebook.
Church is on Instagram, and we post clips
Follow
on
the
there.
church and the youth on Instagram.
Or delete
And-
Instagram.
Or delete it.
or get rid of everything.
Yeah.
Drew, take us home. Give us an encouragement.
Come to 9 o'clock and 10:45 on Sunday
Come to both.
for
Nice.
Psalm
Nice.
23.
Psalm
Listen on
23.
Spotify.
Yeah. Love
Yeah.
it. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Bia, Drew, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate
Thank you
it.
for having us.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
You guys sharing. It's awesome. Look forward to next time. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Big trust.
Big
man.
trust.